put up some footage of the takeoff and landings and what happens in the airplane day to day. We have been videoing every takeoff and landing and lots of blogs and kind of thing in, from the air in the airplane that'll be used for 60 minutes in the story to air when I get home. But today I thought I would do the video blog from the air and from in the airplane, show you what it's like. And yeah, if the landing's any good, I'll put the landing on there too, but if it's not going on there. I'm about just under 3 hours and about 440 miles from Malaysia. As you know, avgas issues in Indonesia, and Indonesia as a whole country meant that the only place I could get avgas, and we were told this on very short notice after having it all planned, was Jakarta, but I couldn't fly from Sri Lanka to Jakarta in one go because I didn't have the avgas available in Sri Lanka to do that. So that wasn't too much of an issue, it was just something to work around. So we're planning to go into Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, which is a bit of a unexpected trip. It's the 15th country, which is kind of cool. So I've got Malaysia today, and tomorrow a flight down to Jakarta in Indonesia, which is about 600 miles, about 4 hours, which isn't too bad. Then fuel up there, and then I'll head the big last over water leg into Australian airspace. I've just been having a look at the map, getting excited, which is really cool. The airports are starting to start with Y again, which is so cool. So this is it. We've been flying probably for about 6 hours now, 6.5 hours. It's been pretty good. I've just finished another transfer with the ferry pumps. If you have a look down there, if you can see, that's our ferry pump controls here. The Telstra sat phone, a bypass valve for the actual main tank, and then down there is a whole array of electric pumps, and there's a hand pump as a backup and all sorts of stuff like that. So what we do is I just watch fuel gauge, and I'm pumping up and down. I'm pumping fuel from the back here out under the wing and up into the right wing, and that's really strange to see the fuel gauge needle go up. But that's what you do. You just keep burning out of that right tank, keeping the two even, and then once you've used all the fuel out of there, then you just go back to using both wings, alternating those as you do when you're flying normally. So that's all good. It's not too hectic of a flight in there today. Obviously the weather's not fantastic at the moment. I had to laugh though. I've got dust from Oman, red dust from Oman on the wings, and I'm flying through rain and around isolated thunderstorms going over Indonesia and into Malaysia. So that's pretty cool. Since Greece, I think to sum up the flight from Greece, it's been full on and just changing. You look at the route as it was meant to be, and then you look at the changes, including Malaysia and Egypt, and the delays in Sri Lanka and stuff like that. This has definitely been the hardest part, but it was always expected to be the hardest part. This is a HF radio here. I hate it. It is loud and noisy. I don't know whether you can hear it, but if I turn, that's the noise the HF radio makes, and it makes that forever. So all the legs over water, that's what you have to maintain a listening watch on, whereas the airliners have a thing called cell call, so they actually get to turn it off and turn it on when they need it, but we don't, so you have to listen to it the whole time. Flight plans and stuff are in this book here. That's my life, and then here is the trend sheets, which I've never ever done in an airplane before, but I religiously do trends now every hour, so absolutely every bit of information that the avionics throw at me, which is a lot, gets written down on these trend sheets, and you can actually run down and see all sorts of things like the true airspeed building up as we burn fuel from the back, and the airplane lights up, so all that kind of stuff's really cool. And yeah, as you know, there's a big ferry tank in the back, but more importantly, many of them were named by the people on Facebook. That's the crew. He's from London. That's Mike the Minion. That's Monty the Moose that I was giving him Bangor in Maine. That's the Camel from Jordan, and this is obviously Chica Kubra from the new Disney Planes movie, which you haven't seen, you're mad. And then in the back there's a bit of a mess. The fuel tank starts off as a solid big, bull fuel tank, and then as the fuel's pumped out, it kind of shrivels and cryovats, and that means looks, and that's why you see all the photos of the fueling. It's such a big job at each airport. Hopefully tonight I'll get to have dinner with James Tan, who broke the world record for the youngest pilot to fly solo around the world at the start of this year. I knew he was from Malaysia, but he has been following my flight on Facebook, which is really cool. We've been chatting, but when I put up there that I was going to Malaysia, he just happens to be there in Kuala Lumpur, so he's also actually going to be at the airport flying today. So I'll land there and try and get everything done, and then I'll hopefully get to catch up with him for a short while before we move on straight to bed tonight. Fly tomorrow, fuel, fly tomorrow, and then get fuel, sleep tonight, and then the next day it's into Australia, which is super exciting. We've got a bit of maintenance to do in Broome, and then all the way back across Australia, and into Wollongong for September 7. It's all sorted. It all looks like a really, really cool event, including the Royal Australian Air Force roulettes, which I've said a few times, which is super exciting to have their support and the RAF support. So there'll be more about all those details to come soon. Hopefully right now there'll be a landing, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
150, good afternoon.
Legend 29 is send 1000.
Send 1000, Malaysia 789.
Victor Lima Sierra, continue to send 3000, cleared ILS approach, runway 15.
Send to 3000, cleared ILS approach, runway 15, Victor Lima Sierra.
My flight 2206, contact control, 13, contact radar, 1328.
$500. Minimums. Altitude.
Lima Sierra, vacate runway via Foxtrot.
Vacate via Foxtrot, Victor Lima Sierra.
Guangzhou, flight 2066, good morning, ready, Honey Point Juliet. 2066, hold Juliet. Hold Juliet, flight 2066.
Ranchow, good afternoon, flight 2089 established on the ILS at 11 miles.
2089, continue approach, runway 15.
Continue approach, flight 2089, runway 15.
Lima Sierra, contact
056.